Evening, y'all. Chief Prepper here. Just wanted to do a short video just to, I guess, say some stuff. I don't know. So here's a picture. I am cooking more and more with cast iron. So far, we haven't gotten sick. It's a little different. If you've done it, you know the deal. So today's Sunday. We had a raucous Friday and Saturday. A lot of people were very upset, as they should have been. Which is a little bit what I'm going to talk about. You need to take time. You need to enjoy stuff. You know, my wife can easily outcook me. She hasn't said she's going to start cooking again, so apparently whatever I'm doing ain't too bad. Having said that, as bad as it's been, what are you going to do if it gets worse? And realize that's probably going to get worse. Rudy from Alaska Prepper did a video in the last 48 to 72 hours about the highlights of the 2030 reset plan and all the things that they want to happen. So if you just look at that video and you go, wow. So I just saw some news articles today about a bank in Australia that is restricting withdrawal limit, or imposing withdrawal limits and imposing restrictions on how much people can spend. We got Canada toying around with their Canadian digital currency. We had the whole thing with Russia that had the world on edge. And people were actually praying, you know, something would happen to end the war. I'm a combat veteran. I've said it on here before. I've said it in chat. Wars end when one person has killed so many of the other that the other side loses interest in fighting. That's how it works. If you listen to channels, enough of them, they're going to tell you we're going to war. We're going to world war, which means that don't spend all your fucking time prepping. Don't spend all your fucking time doing nothing but sitting on pins and needles and worrying about it. For decades now, I've never been the guy that had a pile of money in the bank for the fucking rainy day. You know, that rainy day when something happens where it's, fuck, you're screwed. And it happened to me, and it cost me some stuff. But I made it through it. Not happy about the stuff I did in order to make it through it, as in I sold some family heirlooms, but, you know, for everything that I've seen, whatever crisis happens, having money in the bank, it works for some people. I mean, I have friends that have money in the bank, and they have a lot of peace of mind with that. And I'm like, I've been after them a lot to spend it, because I really do think that the dollar is going shitty. And if it collapses like it's probably going to, then all that fucking money you got ain't gonna be worth nothing. So I'm a big fan of spending it on durable stuff. You know, what could you do with 10, 15, 20 acres of land with a water source on it? What could you do with 5 acres of land and water source close? You know, they've approved fucking, not this meat, this is chicken, but they've approved lab grown shit for sale in the US. I know this is chicken because I took the veins out of it, so unless they got chicken that they're growing in a lab that has veins in it, they ain't gonna be able to pass that off on me. And this is chicken I bought last week and then couldn't cook it, so I froze it, and then I was going to cook it yesterday and I couldn't because it wasn't thawed out, and the one package is still not thawed out. So have two sayings on my channel. Information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Please take the time to spend time with your families and do stuff that you like to do. You know, if you're younger than me, or maybe if you're older than me and you're still working, makes it hard, because jobs take up 2/3 of our life, basically. Well, it takes up 1/3 of our life, and 1/3 of our life is spent sleeping, and then the other third is doing other stuff. But try to reserve a day. Like, my wife's weekends are not Saturday and Sunday, they're actually Sunday and Monday. And then because I deal with an aging father and parent, I used to try to reserve Saturdays for me, because I wouldn't go over and see him, and Sundays for me and my wife, and we would go do stuff when she felt like leaving the house. She's to the point now where when she's off, she don't want to go nowhere, and I kind of understand that, because you know, I go around, drive around town, all I do is get angry at the idiots that are behind the wheel. But today, she mentioned yesterday about going to a swap meet, because we went to one last weekend, but it was basically over with by the time we got there. And then she mentioned going, so all right, let's go. But I said, I got to go to lunch with my dad tomorrow, so we need to go early. We went early, and that place was packed, and I guess we weren't the only ones trying to avoid the sun. She didn't actually buy anything. I wound up buying some shit. So yeah, I bought a wheelchair for my father, because we got to go to a lawyer's office soon. And I bought a yard tool to trim bushes with. I haven't tested yet. Hopefully it works. By the way, if you do cast iron, you got to have metal instruments. The plastic doesn't work. And then I went to have lunch with my dad. We talked about going out again, and when I got home it was really hot, and I was like, I don't want to go out again. She's like, okay. And then I asked her if she wanted to go tomorrow. She's like, no, I'll stay here. I'm like, okay. So, because I got to go to lunch with my dad tomorrow, and I got a couple other things to do. Today I also stopped by O'Reilly's and ordered a book for the car I'm working on. Right now my weeks run together. So tomorrow's Monday. I'll have lunch with my dad tomorrow. His neighbor lady who helps take care of him is on vacation in Italy, seeing family that she wanted to see. She lost a sister before she got back over there. She just died, and she don't want to do that no more, so she went and saw the one that was living. But because she's not there, nobody's taking food over to my dad in the mornings and evenings. I used to take him to lunch Monday through Friday, and then the lady would actually feed him mostly. So. But life changes. So take time. Take time to live now. Because worrying about what may happen isn't going to make it better. It isn't going to make it go away. And it will only stress you out, so to speak. And we got enough shit fucking with us without adding our own. And I know it's hard not to think about all the problems that are coming, and you actually got to think about those problems to try and mitigate them. So just try and take a day every week if you can, and do something you want to do with your family, because if things go the way they may, there will be plenty of days where you won't get no time to do nothing. All right, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Chief Prepper, out.